Namaskar and welcome to Sansad TV. You are watching House Highlights. The program presents the proceedings of the day in both the Houses of Parliament in a nutshell. I am Rajiv Kumar Singh. Let us begin with the headlines. Parliament discusses Union Budget 2024-25. NDA parties hail the budget, say it will accelerate all-round development of the country. Both houses also discuss the budget for the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir for the year 2024-25. Finance Minister rejects allegations of bias in the Union Budget, says not possible to mention every state in the budget speech. Emphasizes there are necessary and regular provisions for every state in the budget. Peace in Jammu and Kashmir boosting tourism in the region, asserts Minister of State Home Affairs in the Rajya Sabha. Says the government will not rest until terrorism is completely eradicated in the state. Upon the commencement of Wednesday's proceedings in the Rajya Sabha, Chairman Jagdeep Dhankar welcomed Inter-Parliamentary Union President and Speaker of Tanzania's National Assembly, Dr. Tulia Ackson, on behalf of the House. The visiting IPU President observed the proceedings of the Rajya Sabha today.
On my own and on behalf of this august House, I have great pleasure in welcoming Honorable Dr. Tulia Ackson, President of International Parliamentary Union, IPU, and Speaker of the National Assembly of Tanzania, She is on an official visit to India as our honored guest. Honorable Dr. Tulia Ackson arrived in Bharat on Friday, 19 July 2024. She has visited Agra on 21st July 2024. Yesterday, she also witnessed the presentation of the Union Budget 2024-25 in the Lok Sabha. Honorable members, she is now seated in the special box. We wish her a happy and fruitful stay in our country. We also wish her success in her role as the President of the IPU. Through her, we convey our greetings and best wishes to the members of Parliament of Tanzania, the government and the friendly people of Tanzania.
Subsequently, important papers from various ministries were tabled in the House, including those from the Ministry of Education, Ministry of Finance and Ministry of Home Affairs. Additionally, reports of the Public Accounts Committee, proposals for the election of the Committee on the Welfare of Other Backward Classes, nominations for the Committee on the Welfare of SC/ST, nominations for the Public Accounts Committee and proposals for the Committee on Public Undertakings were presented. During the question hour in the Rajya Sabha today, questions related to the Ministry of Home Affairs, Ministry of Fisheries, Animal Husbandry and Dairying and Ministry of Cooperation were addressed. In response to questions regarding the state of tourism in the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir in the Rajya Sabha, Minister of State for Home Affairs Nityananda Rai said that there is an atmosphere of peace in Jammu and Kashmir. The minister also informed that 28 terrorists have been killed in recent encounters in Jammu and Kashmir. He stated that the government will not rest until terrorism is completely eradicated and that there will be no compromise on this matter. During zero hour in the Rajya Sabha, members from various parties raised several important issues related to public interest and demanded responses and solutions from the government. MP Ashok Kumar Mittal called for active efforts to ensure justice for the victims of the 1985 Kanishka bombing. Additionally, several MPs tried to draw the government's attention to various projects in their respective states. Members of the Congress party walked out of Rajya Sabha, accusing Finance Minister of neglecting all other states except for two states of Andhra Pradesh and Bihar. Leaders of the opposition in the Rajya Sabha, Mallikarjun Kharge, during zero hour, stated that the central budget presented in Parliament on Tuesday has left out all states except two. Responding to the issue, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman said that is not possible to mention all states in the budget speech. She mentioned that provisions made in the central budget for Maharashtra and West Bengal and stated that necessary and regular provisions have been made for all states.
Leader of the opposition, Shri Mallikarjun Kharge, who stood up to say his views on what he heard of the budget yesterday. I would think, and maybe it's a bit too much to expect, that in the honor of democracy, at least the opposition would have stayed here to listen to what I have to respond now that the leader of the opposition raised issues on the budget which was presented yesterday and tabled in this House yesterday. Just to the point that he raised, that I have not named many states and probably spoke about only two states. There are a few points which I have to table here with your permission, voice here with your permission, as to what happens in a speech. Congress party has been in power for a very long time in this country. They presented so many different budgets, and they would know clearly that in every budget, you don't get an opportunity to name every state of this country. I'll take this example. Between vote on account, which was presented on 1st February this year, and now the full budget which was presented yesterday for this year, I have not named very many states. But let me take the example of Maharashtra, for instance. Between vote on account and yesterday's budget, in vote on account and in yesterday's budget, I had not named Maharashtra. I'll take it as an example. Cabinet has, under the leadership of Prime Minister Modi, passed a very important decision. It has taken the decision to set up a very big port in Vadavan in Maharashtra. Did Maharashtra get ignored because I did not mention the name of Maharashtra? 76,000 crores have been announced for that project. Maharashtra's name was not taken in the vote on account, nor was it taken yesterday. But does it mean that we've ignored Maharashtra? And I can take the name of so many other different states where we have major projects, one. And second, if the speech does not mention the name of a particular state, does it mean that the schemes of the Government of India, the programs of Government of India, the externally aided assistance which we obtain from the World Bank and ADB and AIB and so on, institutions such as that, don't go to these states? They go as per a routine. And actually the expenditure statement of the government, the department-wise allocation of the government, clearly item-wise mentions all this. This is a deliberate attempt, and I'm saying this with responsibility. This is a deliberate attempt of the opposition parties led by the Congress party to give an impression to the people, oh, nothing has been given to our states, it's only been given to two states. I would challenge the Congress party for all the budget speeches that they've delivered, that in each of the budget speeches, have they named every state of this country? This is an outrageous allegation.
Chairman Jagdeep Dhankar said that the budget discussion was scheduled for today, and he gave the floor to the leader of the opposition with the expectation that rules would be followed. However, it has not been the case.
Honorable members, discussion on the budget was listed today, and I gave floor to the leader of the opposition in expectation that rules will be followed. I find it has been used as a ploy and a strategy. Honorable members, I strongly plead with you, democracy will be seriously threatened if disruption and disturbance are weaponized as a political strategy, as has been done now. Parliament is citadel of constitutional and democratic values and liberties. I am aghast, as a matter of fact, when during the day and days following, we'll have ample opportunity to reflect on the budget presented by the Honorable Finance Minister. There was absolutely no occasion, justification, even remotely, to avail the facility accorded by me for this purpose. I cannot persuade myself but to take serious exception to this unwholesome practice adopted by a senior member, leader of the opposition.
Rajya Sabha Chairman Jagdeep Dhankar on Wednesday informed the House about the rejection of the suspension notices under Rule 267 given by opposition MPs. He said that the leaders of political parties need to consider this issue seriously, as it is becoming a regular matter in every meeting of the House.
I will call upon leaders of the parties to soul search and my reflections about Rule 267, that in more than 3 decades it has been availed only for half a dozen occasions. And every day of the sitting, I get number of such requests. It is being taken as a routine exercise, as a habit. It has reduced itself to a farcical exercise. In spite of my serious observations yesterday, since no focus has taken place, I have again uploaded the same on your portal.
General discussion on the Union Budget 2024-25 began in the Rajya Sabha on Wednesday. The House also simultaneously discussed the budget of Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir 2024-25. Let us listen in to some excerpts from the discussion.
सारे के सारे आंकड़े तैयार हैं अध्यक्ष महोदय। रियल जीडीपी 6.8, आईएमएफ मांगेगा, स्टैंडर्ड पुअर मानेगी, भारत सरकार मानेगी, वर्ल्ड बैंक मानेगी, भारत के लोग मानेंगे, नहीं मानेंगे तो यही बेचारे नहीं मानेंगे। रियल प्राइवेट फाइनल कंजम्पशन एक्सपेंडिचर 6%, ग्रास फिक्स कैपिटल फॉर्मेशन 8.6%, ग्रास वैल्यू एडेड 6.6%। और अध्यक्ष महोदय, इनके कार्यकाल में सीएडी करंट अकाउंट डेफिसिट 4.5% था। हम गर्व के साथ कह सकते हैं हमारी वित्त मंत्री ने कल बजट प्रस्तुत किया और हमारा सीएडी 4.5% से घट करके 0.7% पर आ गया है।
First objective is to create as much employment as possible and to onshore jobs that were lost to China and to bring them to India. The second strategic objective for India, in my opinion, is to rework our supply chains and again reduce our dependence on countries that can become hostile towards us. The third very crucial objective is, while achieving and solving the unemployment problem, while reworking and bringing supply chains to India, simultaneously greening our economy.
This budget is the welfare of the farmers. It is a farmers-friendly budget. This budget has allocated 1.27 lakh crore for the farmers' welfare and the agriculture sector of our country, sir. So this budget is job-oriented budget, sir. This budget is going to invest 2.78 lakh crore for the infrastructure development, for the route and transport development of our country.
इस बजट में संघीय ढांचा के बारे में उल्लेख किया गया। राज्य के आर्थिक विकास में संघीय सहायता का उल्लेख किया गया। राज्यों को लेन देन की प्रणाली को लचीला बनाया गया। मेरी सरकार की मान्यता है, केंद्र सरकार की मान्यता है, मोदी जी की सरकार की मान्यता है कि केंद्र और राज्य दोनों एक दूसरे के पूरक है और दोनों के संबंध अनुनाश्रय होने चाहिए।
Moving on to the lower house. In the Lok Sabha, matters number 14, 15 and 16 related to the general discussion on union budget for 2024-25 was taken up. General discussion on the budget of Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir for 2024-25 and discussion and voting on demands for grants of the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir for 24-25 were taken up simultaneously. Let us listen in.
बजट एक फोकस्ड बजट है और इस बजट में लगभग 48 लाख करोड़ का बजट पेश किया गया है। 2023-24 से लगभग 18.2% कैपिटल एक्सपेंडिचर इसमें ज्यादा है। जब कैपिटल एक्सपेंडिचर बढ़ाया जाता है इसका मतलब इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर और जॉब अपॉर्चुनिटी बढ़ता है और साथ साथ जो हमारे फेडरलिज्म के बारे में, स्टेट के बारे में बताया जाता है। मैं निर्मला सीतारमण जी को धन्यवाद देता हूं, आपने ऐसा बजट पेश किया जिसमें 4,82,000 करोड़ रुपए सभी राज्यों को शेयर ज्यादा जाएगी इस बजट से।
There are different things that the budget has spoken about. One which was very interesting was about being able to provide internship opportunities to 1 crore youth across the country to start with in the 500 top companies, but I hope that it gets spread to other companies. And the budget outlay in terms of giving a one-time joining of 6,000 rupees and a monthly benefit of about 5,000 rupees. I'd like to appreciate the intention to set up 1,000 ITIs in the hub and spoke model across the country and to train 20 lakh youth in skilling. I think it's a much needed initiative. Being a person who's in higher education myself, I'd like to in particular appreciate the intention to give loan support of about 10 lakh rupees to every student who wants to pursue higher education in domestic institutions, and also giving 3% subvention on interest. Because I did my undergrad in the US, I lead a university in India today with about 30,000 students. I've seen over the last 2 decades that increasingly the number of assets that one holds is going down, and most people have to take debt to educate their children. And today, I don't want India to go into a place where the United States is right now.
बिहार के पिछड़ापन को देखते हुए बिहार को जरूर इस बार राशि मिली। हम आभारी हैं प्रधानमंत्री जी का कि उन्होंने माननीय मुख्यमंत्री श्री नीतीश कुमार जी के सुझाव को, प्रस्ताव को कुछ हद तक मान के बिहार को देने का काम किया। उसी में से सड़क सेक्टर में भी हम लोग के यहाँ पैसा गया। सड़क सेक्टर में 26,000 करोड़ रुपया देखने में बहुत लगता, लेकिन इससे काम कितना होगा? इसमें 2 एक्सप्रेस हाईवे बनेगा। एक एक्सप्रेस हाईवे जो पटना से पूर्णिया तक बनेगा वह हमारे लोकसभा से भी गुजरेगा। दूसरा बक्सर से भागलपुर तक एक एक्सप्रेस हाईवे बनेगा। उसके बाद छोटा छोटा कुछ सड़क है। एक गंगा नदी पर बक्सर में 2 लेन का पुल बनेगा।
An estimated 135 million Indians emerged from multidimensional poverty between 2015-16 and 2019-21. This trend is primarily driven by improvements in rural India, with the most major gains in states such as Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, Odisha, and Rajasthan. India today is on a track to achieve the Sustainable Development Goal of cutting multidimensional poverty by at least half by 2030. While each of the 9 tracks highlighted in the budget have many areas to appreciate, the focus on employment generation will be a big boost and provide the thrust for the growth of the economy.
Matters under Rule 377 dealing with urgent public importance were raised in the House on Wednesday. Members from all parties raised issues related to their constituencies and states. Some of the matters concerned establishment of better medical facilities, railway networks, etc. Even matters related to livelihood and employment were raised.
लोक सभा सबसे पिछड़ा लोकसभा बिहार का है, जहां एक तरफ हम लोग बाढ़ और सुखाड़ की मार तो झेलते ही हैं, वहीं मूलभूत समस्याओं से जूझ रहा मेरा खगड़िया लोकसभा में स्वास्थ्य को लेकर मैं आपका ध्यान आकृष्ट कराना चाहता हूं कि स्वास्थ्य सेवाएं हमारे यहां पर एकमात्र जिला अस्पताल है जो कि डॉक्टर, नर्स और स्टाफ के अभाव में आज जूझ रहा है। मैं माननीय अध्यक्ष महोदय से निवेदन करना चाहता हूं कि राष्ट्रीय स्वास्थ्य मिशन के तहत राशि हमारे जिले को आवंटित की जाए और साथ ही साथ हमारे खगड़िया लोकसभा क्षेत्र में एक मेडिकल कॉलेज की मांग है ताकि स्वास्थ्य सेवाएं वहां पर सुचारू रूप से सुनिश्चित हो सके। आज भी कई ऐसे परिवार हैं जिन्होंने अपनी जान केवल इसीलिए गंवाई कि वहां पर बेहतर स्वास्थ्य सेवाएं उपलब्ध नहीं हैं।
हमारा ये क्षेत्र बहुत ही पिछड़ा क्षेत्र है और रेलवे की सुविधाओं से वंचित क्षेत्र है। इसके लिए एक रीवा से मिर्ज़ापुर वाया सिंगरौली रेलवे लाइन का सर्वेक्षण पूरा हो चुका है और डीपीआर बनाने के लिए मांग की जा रही है। मेरा आपसे अनुरोध है कि ये बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण रेलवे लाइन है और इसमें सिंगरौली, सतना, रीवा के बीच बहुत ही बड़े बड़े सीमेंट प्लांट हैं, पावर हब है और बनारस और मिर्ज़ापुर के लोग इलाहाबाद होकर के आगे की ओर बढ़ते हैं। अगर ये रेलवे लाइन तैयार हो जाए तो सीधे बनारस, मिर्ज़ापुर और रीवा होकर के और सतना को कांटेक्ट करेगी। इसलिए मेरा रेल मंत्री महोदय से आग्रह है कि इस रेलवे लाइन के लिए बजट आवंटन किया जाए।
That is all we have in House Highlights for this day. For more news and updates on parliamentary proceedings, keep watching Sansad Television. Goodbye.